me 2 seconds.
No worries. Big up. United, real therapy army. Let's be having you. Big up to the therapy army. How are we doing, people? Hit the likes already. Hit the likes. We got a show for you tonight. Got lots to discuss, but welcome. URT. Who are we? URT. Big up to everybody. Love and like, man. Early birders, man. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. We're out here, man. We're out here talking everything that's Manchester United. Tonight, we're going to be telling you ain't nobody going nowhere in terms of transfer Turkey. Erikson ain't going nowhere. Anthony ain't going. Casemiro not going anywhere. And there's no more, obviously, nobody's coming in. But before that, we need to have uncomfortable conversations. We're going to be tonight in the dock. It's one of my favorite players, probably one of the best signings since Fergie in terms of a character, in terms of a fighter and a warrior. And that is Lisandro Martinez. We're going to be talking about him. And then we're going to look at some of the quotes that came out after the dreadful performance by Manchester United on Sunday against Liverpool. Ineos got their quotes and excuses in about how they backed the manager because they knew what was coming. We're going to be talking about that. But big up to everybody. Share and like the video. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Channel is still shadow banned. So big up to everybody. We're going to get into it. But how are we doing? I hope we're well. Let's see anything breaking tonight. Oh, yeah. What's his name? Has gone into... what's his name? Has got into a... Blanc is now part of the UEFA. So it's absolutely... like, that's breaking news. Who gives a damn about somebody? Saeed will be with us in a minute, people. But keep liking the video, subscribing to the channel. That would be really great if you can do that. That would be amazing. I'll get the poll going already. But Blanc is now part of UEFA. What does that mean? What does that mean? You don't need a Super League because UEFA have already made a Champions League and the Europa League already into a Super League. So we already have that. Yeah. I'm just going to put the message in. Have you liked the video? Please, people, say yes or no to the poll. And please say why have you not liked the video. Poll is already started, people. Let's go. The videos are not getting... I'm trying to be consistent with the content. And some of you are not appreciating by not liking the video. I feel really deflated because I don't ask you guys to be members. I don't. Every day YouTube sends me an email saying, ooh, you should try maybe start a membership thing. And I'm like, no, actually, I like the community. It's quite organic. It's the way it is. Big up Shabert. Oh, Shabert, 0161. When are we going to watch a game together? You still in money? Big up and respect for that you're doing this show. No one else on YouTube would have the courage to do this topic. Yeah, man. Now we need to have it, bro. It needs to be had, man. I don't shy away from any conversation about anything that happened on a football pitch. We don't shy away from. Do not shy away from any conversation that happens on the football pitch, man. So regardless specifically if it's one of my favorite players, I'm more than happy to talk about it. Specifically because it's somebody who I admire and back. But when he's not playing well, I tell it as it is. Ain't nobody here covering for players, man. They're getting paid way too much, man. And I want to also hopefully try to find a photo with him on Sunday. Now, I don't know, did the players leave on Sunday or Monday morning? There's a photo of him hugging up McAllister. Are you taking the
Yeah, that was bad. That was very, very bad, man. I can't believe that.
If that's Rashford, if that's fucking...
Or Maguire.
If that's Maguire, if that is, when it was Paul Pogba, could you imagine? Meltdowns.
Yeah.
Top Reds will be destroying their own gaffs.
Yeah.
He's rubbing in.
Yeah. It's true, though. It's true,
It's
true,
crazy.
bro.
Saeed, how you doing, bro? First of all.
Sorry I'm late, bro.
Listen. Saeed, wallahi, listen. You never have to apologize to anyone, bro. It's a pleasure and an honor to have you here. it's no apologies needed, bro. Life
Come on,
is
bro.
life. You've been on streams all day, so it's life.
Big
It's
up.
life, bro.
Big up
Life.
Tom, big up the chat. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm good. Can't complain, man. It's international break. It's a much needed, rest from United football, man. And honestly, man, Old Trafford, man, I can't. I thought I was quite a I was, by the way, can I just admit something? I was very animated on Sunday, I don't think I've told anyone. I was effing and blinded. I got up and started, you know what I mean? I don't normally, I'm not like that, Normally I say my thing in my seat, but I was getting up, on Sunday.
Because it's Liverpool, Saeed. It's Liverpool.
Yeah, it's Liverpool.
It's a new season.
Bro. It's Liverpool, but also it's the fact that they were singing Ten Hag, Ole, Ole, or something like that. Yeah, at the wheel, that's the one. And they were doing Oles and Rondos. And it really, really pissed me off, Nuruddin, And I was just angry, man. Angry, bro. So, man. Other than that, I'm all good. I big up Tom, big up the chat. And yeah, man, let's talk some football, man.
Stop, Saeed. Listen, first of all, please let them know what happened this afternoon on the
crazy, man. You need to go check it out, man. You know what I'm saying to you? It was a crazy show. Faz was mad. But it's what it is. What I like about the Mandem Talk? We all have different opinions. We all come from different, backgrounds. It's all we're all just, it's a WhatsApp group. That's the definition of a WhatsApp group, the Mandem Talk. You know what I mean? Because everyone's just giving their opinion, voice notes, whatever, and it can be done in a peaceful way. You know what I mean? Where we all respect each other. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, big up, man.
I swear to God, I'm in that many WhatsApp groups about Manchester United that if you all brought them all onto YouTube, the YouTube will just implode.
Wow, that's crazy.
I promise you. So as somebody who's dyslexic and got ADHD, I take my time when to respond, when to message. I can't follow the whole thing, man. I just can't do it. It's too much.
I hear you.
Listen, it was a really good show. It was really, really fascinating takes. And big up to Marcel and T, Tyrone, because it's very difficult to defend the indefensible, innit? It's a really difficult job.
Of course.
So big up to them, standing on business and standing back in their guy. That takes a lot of courage. So big up to them.
Yeah.
But for us, the rest of us who can see what we see, we can't unsee what we see. It's very difficult. So people go and check it out. And please like the video. Saeed is giving you A1 content. But when I see the amount of subscribers he's got to the amount of ratio of likes.
Yeah, man. It's like my United, man. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just not
stingy, bro. Stingy.
Big club, but not, you know what I mean? But yeah, it is what it is, man. Like I said, big up to everyone. Make sure you don't like the video here. And yeah, man. Like I said, man, a lot to discuss, man. A lot to discuss.
Yeah. So big up to Tom as well. How you doing, Tom?
How's the day?
Are we back in the Seven Hills? Or are we still abroad?
No, we're back now.
He's back. He's back.
Business rendezvous. Signed a couple of deals and stuff. So good week.
Good. That's it, man. That's what we love to hear, man. So we love to hear.
Yeah. Big up, Tom. Big up, Tom. Always. Listen, guys. Let's not try to sugarcoat it. Obviously, we're not going to make it about one player in one game. We're talking about the 3 games, how we started the season this season. But he was missing last part of it, of the season last season. He was the unicorn that was going to come and save us all. every Ten Hagian had talked about Lisandro Martinez like he's the savior. And like I always say, no other fan base in the world loves the scapegoat or loves a savior. Yeah. And please understand this. This is legitimate critique. I'm not saying Manchester United have lost 2 games out of the first 3 because of Lisandro Martinez.
No.
Because it is unlike him. It's unlike him to be playing. Even he got away with certain things against Fulham, even the game that we've won. He's not as assured as he's been in times when he's been playing at Manchester United. Now, players are human beings. They're not.
Yeah, of course.
They're not like robots. Players can have dips in form, but now it's just what we want to have, that uncomfortable conversation. To shine a light on the guy that everybody thought was going to fix us all. And actually Liverpool targeted him, and his manager allowed it for him to be targeted and Casemiro to be targeted. And it was unfair. And Kobe to be targeted. So at the end of the day, the question is that, can this bond that Lisandro and Ten Hag have, can that break down? And is it already at a breaking point? Because if you look at Lisandro Martinez, you can already see there's cracks. Now, these could be the explanations. To be objective, he played in the intense, hard pitches in America.
Yeah, Copa America,
Copa America. And this time he actually played. In the World Cup, he played a couple of games in there.
He played most of the games. Apart from one game, I think it was. Everything else he played.
Minutes.
Exactly. Saeed watched this. Saeed did the watch-along. So at the end of the day, I'll go to you, Saeed. Is it concerning the form that he's showing for somebody who was reliable?
Yeah, that's the thing, though. It's like, you know, Ten Hag's system is based on a couple of players, isn't it? It's Lisandro, Bruno Fernandes, Rashford. I think they're the main kind of
Shaw. Don't forget Shaw.
Oh yeah, Luke Shaw. You know, when Luke Shaw's back fit, you know what I mean, that old chestnut. But ultimately, when you seen like Lisandro Martinez impacting this team, man, especially the first season. I think last season was so stop and start, man, with injuries and just, you know, just not being there available. But the first season, he was amazing with Varane. And we actually had the third best defense in the league. But we were kind of pragmatic in that first season. You know, we didn't really score that many goals. We did lose 9 games and we lost that 7-0. That's probably his worst performance, I think, in a United shirt, where he got absolutely done over by. But the shadow, you know, he missed what's it called? Was it Salah? Salah sent him to the shops. You know what I mean? That was a bit of a one. Yeah, exactly. But ultimately, if I'm being honest with you, it is concerning though, because I like Lisandro, man, and I'm not giving up on him. And I don't think anybody else is. I'm not gonna lie to you. Nobody's saying that they're done with Lisandro, but you have to point out his flaws. I think there are flaws. There's some that I brushed under the carpet a lot. You know, me and Toby have this back and forth with Lisandro, and I have it with Romero because I don't think Romero's that great either. But Lisandro, in the first season, I've noticed like you know what he did to was it McAllister or was it Szoboszlai? Szoboszlai, where he basically
comes in late.
He comes in late. He's done that a lot, you know, Nuruddin, and I don't like it, you know, because sometimes he might not win the ball, and then you're like, "Yo, Lisandro, what are you doing? Get back!" You know, and the thing is with him, because he's got a warrior mentality, he may get back, but most of the time, I can't lie to you, he doesn't have the legs to get back.
Correct.
So my thing is like, don't do that. Don't leave us exposed, because we're already complaining that Casemiro on this 3-1-6 is keeping exposed. So don't leave us 3v1.
We already exposed FC.
Yeah, exactly. So when I look at him, and then I look at also the wide areas when, let's say, for example, our fullbacks go forward, he isn't good, you know, getting to the wide areas. He struggles, man. And I've seen that with my own eyes. I've seen that. You know, the best Lisandro Martinez is a guy that absolutely, you know, you're about to get a touch of the ball, he's coming on you like that, mate. You know what I mean? And he's aggressive, and he can almost step in a sense. You know,
timing.
He times his interceptions. So that's one thing there, but it is worrying. But I go back to it though, man. If Lisandro Martinez is one of the most competent players on the ball, is struggling in this system, what does that tell you about this Man United team? Wow. Your best player, we all agree, on the ball. You know, there's maybe Mazraoui now, and you know, Diego Dalot is quite good on the ball, but Lisandro, we've all identified as the guy on the ball. If he's struggling 3 games in, I swear down, mate, that is one of the biggest warning signs, because that's almost like Ten Hag's lieutenant. He's Ten Hag's lieutenant. He's the one that backs him. You see, when they win the trophy, they always celebrate with each other. You know, they celebrate at Ajax. He's his lieutenant. So if he's not happy and he's not performing here, and we don't have Lenny Euro, we're not going to, if we bench him, that's absolute car crash for Ten Hag, because then that means you're one of your key guys that you brought in from thingy. Do you play him through this bad form? Does he overcome the bad form? You know, we got Southampton next, guys. And listen, 12:30 kickoff. You know, I don't know who they got up front. Who do they play up front?
After flying from Latin America.
Exactly, Nuruddin. After flying from South America, yeah, he has to go 12:30. You know what I mean? And Southampton, like I said, they've been poor this season. But you know what? Let's latch on to Lisandro. Let's rough him up a little bit. And he did the same thing at Brighton. He tried to go and win the ball halfway line. He was on the floor, Lisandro. And that's what he's got to not do. I think he's just got to compose himself. Don't have to be the warrior all the time. You know when you say, like, I feel like he has to prove that, yo, man's got this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm United. He doesn't have to go lunging into tackles all the time. You don't like Vidic. Don't get me wrong. I love Vidic, but Vidic would sometimes also do some things where you're like, come on, Vidic, don't do that. But then most of the time it'd work for him. Do you know what I mean? And you can't.
It was reckless. Yeah.
It was, you know what I mean? And I just think them little things there have been a bit worrying. But overall, I still think Lisandro is key to what Man United, if anything that Man United are going to do at this minute with Ten Hag, yeah, Lisandro's got to be at the forefront of it. Because right now, Maguire, we're not looking to see no remontada from him. De Ligt, you know what I mean, needs a Lisandro next to him because they complement each other well. You know what I mean? If we're going to play out from the back, Lisandro has to be part of that. But I do think, Nuruddin, the midfield structure, when you look at it, Nuruddin, it's not good enough, man. That midfield structure is not good enough. That honestly, guys, you know what happened here? I'll just end it on this one. Like, when I seen him get the ball, you know, the second half, it was toxic, man. Did you see the second half, by the way? The way Onana was holding on to the ball, then Lisandro would hold on to the ball. Then, you know, Maguire, when he came on, and there was no urgency, right? Lisandro, I've never seen him before not want to play that ball forward. I seen him doing side passes. Side passes, Lisandro is unheard of, mate. He loves them forward passes, and he never did that. So that's why I'm like, you know what? Lisandro, you need to fix up because, bro, there's games coming thick and fast. We've got 3 games a week, guys. 3 games a week. A, I'm worried about his fitness because I don't know whether he can handle it as well. And B, he almost has to be forced into getting to form. Let's hope it was a blip. Let's hope after he comes back from Copper, he comes in with some form and he settles back in. But yeah, that for me right there is my concerns about him.
Yeah, big up people. There's 300 of you already. Please, let's get to 200 likes quickly.
Come
big
on.
up, so, you know, 100%. I think I agree with everything that you said. That he's his lieutenant. That he's the player. That he even talks about reference in press conferences.
Guys, the bigger point is one of his allies in this dressing room. If he's going to flip, if the dressing room's going to flip, Lisandro Martinez is one of his allies. That's one of his boys. Anthony's another one. So you could say the same thing for Mazraoui. He gave him a chance through the Ajax academy system and put him in the first team. Malacia is his boy from the Dutch connections that they have. They shared the same agency all the way through. I think people forget that Ten Hag has this underwhelming support in the club. And you can look at it from a conspiracy point of view. He's brought in a lot of players that he knows and that he's worked with before, who he's had trust with and who they've put their faith in him. And they've not really been let down by him before when there was at Ajax because he was a success there. When you come to Manchester United, and if you're, let's say you're just a player who he inherited and you've not been brought in by this manager, you must look around and think, fucking hell, there's nearly a starting 11 of all of his old boys here. All of these boys here, a lot of them, mate, they're his players who he's either brought in, worked with before, or had a relationship prior to Manchester United with. When you look at that and you think, if a dressing room's going to flip on him, we know that a certain select few of these players, guys, can flip on a manager. They've done it to 3 or 4 of them. But if players like Martinez and stuff, you start losing that little bit of bite with the manager, or like when they have an interview at a post-match game, guys, they don't really praise the guy or say, you know, Erikson Hag, you know, he's done wonders from a career and this, that, the other. If there's not so much as like an influence there towards the manager to say like he's improved me as a player, or I can see what he's doing to make us a better team or get us going in terms of league titles or challenging for them anyway. When players don't start doing that, and that if that's his boys that are doing that, like De Ligt and stuff, and they go hiding in the media, that's a concern for Erik ten Hag because he's lost the majority bulk of this dressing room is built up of players who have had a personal relationship with him prior to Manchester United. And when he's lost that, and I'm going to say this anyway, guys, even the players that we've brought in right now, if Ten Hag was to go tomorrow, the players that we brought in, they can still work with another manager, guys, for 3 years.
Yeah.
Under a new project. They've got years left on the clock if a new manager comes in. And I always think, even if a new manager comes in, guys, it's always refreshing to have a manager who comes in after a while and you're going to learn different things or new ideas. These players know how Ten Hag wants to play. Whereas a new coach comes in, it's like, shit, I'm not his boy anymore. I'm not his player. I'm as equal as everybody else in this dressing room. I've got to impress. I've got to perform and show. Whereas a lot of these players, guys, will believe under personal merit because they have a relationship with him before. They never got dropped to Ajax, so why should it happen to me at Manchester United? That's how a lot of these players will think, in that mindset with the integrity of it. We'll go on anyway.
Big up, Tom. Liam C says, I'm an Arsenal fan, but the serious question is Sandro that much better than Rowe in terms of defending? Listen, he's better than your dopey centre-half, left-footed centre-half. He's better than him, mate. How about that for starters, lad? How about that? He's better than Gabby, mate. Better than your Gabanlaho, mate. He's better than him, mate.
You know, one of them things, though, guys, when you do think about it, even with Martinez, he did have that option to go to Arsenal as well.
Yeah, we were going to get Timber, innit? Timber.
Yeah. Timber was the one that we wanted originally, and Martinez could have gone there instead. But the only thing that I'm saying, guys, with the age profile that we've brought a lot of these players in is, if it doesn't work, don't just expect that a lot of these players are going to go to waste, because another coach can come in and work with these players. Liverpool, as we saw at the weekend, guys, I think after 9 years, I'd say a large proportion of Klopp's team was built and played together for about 4 or 5 seasons. Would we agree? After 4 or 5 years, you need a reset. You need either a manager who's going to come with new ideas and a new plan, or they're going to have to go out and get somebody else who's going to come in with those new ideas as a new person, which is what Slot has done. And Slot, what he's done, he's adapted that team from being this hyperactive pressing team, keeping the fundamentals of that, but also instilling discipline of being able to control the ball and possession, almost positional play and possession-based football. But the difference with us is, when Ten Hag came in here, guys, and I said this on the last stream anyway, he did that in the first 2 games. I could see what he wanted to play in those first 2 games against Brighton and Brentford in season 1. We saw the style of play on those games. But because he got slaughtered because of the result, not because of the performance, guys, but the result of that game and the lack of quality players that we had at that time overshadowed a lot of what he had to do then when he got to that Liverpool game. And he had to do something completely different. And ever since that Liverpool game, guys, it's pretty much been the same style. We don't score enough goals. We're not creatively brilliant. And at the end of the day, when you have discipline in terms of a system, and we'll get onto it in terms of the midfield thing, guys, because I've seen one game before as well, when we played Liverpool last year at Anfield, and it was a stinking 0-0 draw.
Yeah.
We had 3 midfielders, which didn't include Bruno Fernandes. We had Kobe, Amrabat, and Casemiro, was it? Or McTominay. Yeah, anyway, those 3 players, guys, are not out-and-out number 10s. They're not proactive players. Kobe was still... We didn't know what Kobe really was at that time. We could all agree. The difference is that team was balanced because it had 3 players who... None of them are really a number 10, but all of them could credibly be either a number 8 or one of them maybe a 6. Or they could all interchange and you pick up the role, I take up an advanced position, and you shuffle the pack. So the opposition aren't going to always expect, 6'3" McTominay's going to come at me. No, you're going to have a technical player like Kobe Mino who's going to be on the ball, rather than a bulldozer player like McTominay who's going to drive with the ball and maybe barge you out of the way to get through. But at the end of the day, that midfield was balanced on that day. And what we saw at the weekend, guys, it was fucking shambolic with the midfield gaps that have been there. But again, and this is what I'm going to say to wider fan base, is this. Do you honestly trust, after 3 years, and he's done fuck all to change this problem that we've had with the midfield, why is he going to all of a sudden change it now? Why now? Because his job was on the line last season, guys, and he didn't fucking change it when it mattered. And he won a fluky FA Cup off of the back of one brilliant game, and we'll give him that in the final. And everybody suddenly turned around and they were putting cards and putting letters into the fucking to Carrington, saying, "Oh, keep the guy, please, Eric, don't let Eric go, please. There's nobody else out there. There's nobody else out there." Clubs plan, even when they don't preemptively mean to sack their managers.
Facts.
And the fact of that we didn't have a short list of managers out there that we could have proactively gone and got, it is very concerning with the way that we've been run. But the difference is, guys, the structure's there now, but the only thing is the structure will only benefit if it means that they make the right calls when it comes to big decisions. They bottled it, and that's the word we have got to use in this. They bottled getting rid of Erik ten Hag in the summer. If he didn't win that FA Cup, there was no reasoning, no leverage to make him stay at Manchester United. It was the worst league positioning for fucking, what was it, guys? About 30 years or something? Something stupid like that.
Yeah, long time.
It was breaking all these embarrassing records for us. And at the end of the day, when people want to sit here and defend this guy, as I've said before, Manchester United will survive without Erik ten Hag as the fucking manager. So at the end of the day, you can change this guy and you can go and get another manager straight away. The only difference is, if we are going to change the manager in the middle of a season, I don't want this, we need a preemptive review, we need a review for weeks, and we need to scout all these candidates. I want us to be ready to go fucking now. Because at the end of the day, they have to learn from their mistakes, Ineos. They did not have a list of credible candidates in the summer, clearly, because they would have appointed one of them. I hope, for our sake, as fans, that they have one now if they do preemptively get rid of Erik ten Hag during the season. But at the end of the day, guys, when we look on the basis of it, if he doesn't have an upturn in results and performance, forget results, both of them, performance and results, we're all still going to sit here and be on the fucking back of him, are we not? And say that things need to improve. We've had the change from above. We need the change in the dugout, or you need to see the change on the pitch.
We're gonna.
Go on.
To me, I'm not looking at Erik ten Hag anymore. For me, I'm purely looking at Ineos. But we'll stay on topic in terms of Licha. Saeed, I believe Licha has been asked to do too much. I think he needs a bit of a break after the Copa America. Now he's back and forth flying. I do think that he's one of the players that the burnout could hit. I really think that. He's one of the players that could get burnt out. And we saw him when he got overplayed in that first season. He got stress fracture. Stress fracture because he overplayed. So I hope and pray that...
Overplayed and over-relied on as well. I think that's why we brought in... We're bringing in now Euro. Obviously, you got Maguire in there. There needs to be rotation, man. Look at Pep Guardiola, man. This brother, you don't know who's playing every week. 1 minute Atkins on the bench. 1 minute Diaz is on the bench. 1 minute John Stones is on the bench. 1 minute, they're all interchange. That's why they've got 4 centre-backs. You have to interchange. 1 minute Gavardio's on the bench and they've got Nathan Ake at left back. You've got to keep these centre-backs fresh, man, because that's a key position right there. If they're not on it, they start the move. Obviously, you got the keeper, but they start the move. They start what we're trying to build out from the back. You know what I mean? So if they're not on point, then that's why Pep Guardiola changes it. He just switches it up, keeps it fresh, keeps everyone hot on their toes. You know what I mean? And obviously, it just creates competition, man. So I fully expect Lenny Euro to come in and obviously destabilize, what's going on there. But me and Rats were talking about before, like, if Tuchel was to come in, you might see a back three, that could help out what we're trying to do. And maybe Lisandro might suit a back three if you play him on the left of a back three. That could help out as well. So there's so many options, man. But ten Hag, like I said to you, is so reliant on Lisandro. Like, it's actually quite scary, man. Do you know what I mean? Because we are literally trying to build out from him, and then he plays it into Casemiro, and then he'll play it to there. So there's no synergy, man. There's no actual chemistry between anyone, man. I'm
always worried, Saeed. I'm always worried about coaches and managers who play with 2 players, play out with...
Yeah, I know. 100%, bro.
System, not relying on individuals.
Yep, 100%, bro. Yeah. So I think for me, I think we've been so over-reliant on Lisandro. It's quite... But that's what... That epitomizes Ten Hag's kind of whole philosophy, man. it's built on one or two individuals rather than a team. And that's where we become stuck. You know, for so long, we're waiting for Rashford's form. Oh, Luke Shaw's not back. Bloody hell, mate. Luke Shaw's not been back for 10 years, mate. He's been in and out for 10 years. Do you know what I mean? So what we're waiting for Luke Shaw? Do you know, I'm surprised he's not playing for England at the minute. You know what I mean? Like, it's that crazy. But I think ultimately, Nuruddin, the main thing is that the manager right now he's just clueless. And then Lisandro and everyone's out of form, man. When you look at this team, I just think for me, you've got Delite, Mazraoui, Dalot. This season, I've seen been on form. Like the rest of them, even Ahmad is trying to bench him for some reason. You know what I mean? Like, and then they'll say, "Oh, but you want to come play at Southampton, Dalot? Ahmad, do you want to come out Southampton?" And then Villa away, he's gonna be stripped off. Like, nah, man. Like, genuinely, man, Ahmad needs to stick it on him. Say, "Yo, you know I got a contract, right?" You know what I mean? So I think Jason Wilcox then man need to understand that, yo, they need to be putting it on Ten Hag saying, "Yo, we see this guy playing, man." So ultimately, it is what it is. But yeah, Lisandro, right now, I can't lie to you, he's not the same player as what I've seen in the Copa America. You know what I mean? I know it's different. I know one's a Copa America, one's club football, but he's not the same. He's not the same, man. You can see in his whole game, he's not the same.
Yeah. No, 100%. For me, Licha, in the first game against Fulham, he dived in, he came in, and then luckily Maguire's big feet saved us. Here again, he was targeted and he still wanted the ball, he still wanted to play, but the manager didn't change it, didn't protect him. Now 100%, we don't score goals. 58 goals first season, 57 the second season. And we're already -3 after 3 games.
Oh man. Even I forgot. I thought it was -4. My head was gone.
No. You know what? But it's 1 goal. At least it's only 1 goal. You were in the same ballpark, man. You weren't that wrong. People
can't believe that. What do you reckon the average is like in terms of like, because obviously we had plus, what was our plus difference in the first season? Was it like 13 or something like that? I wonder if it's like more than Arsenal's in one season. Like, you know, have we ever had like a significant goal difference? I'm gonna check right now actually, because that is something I wanna definitely see. So in our first season when we had him, what was it? 22, 23? The table shows we had a goal difference of 15. So 15 in the first season, right? 23, 24. Season gone past that. So -1. So that's 14.
Swing.
So 14.
Swing,
14. Just 14
swing,
goal difference swing, basically. In 2 seasons, guys.
That's crazy.
2, and already he's on -3. So, and you know what's going to be mad, He's going to take 3 or 4 games to get to 0. You know that, guys. We're going to win by 1 goal against Southampton. You know what I mean? So that'll be -2. What's the game after that we got? Does anyone know the games after that we got? Let's see the next game after that. Premier League fixtures, right? Let me check the next game here. Because I want to know, like, because you know, other teams will get that goal swing back, right? Then we got Crystal Palace away. We don't normally do well over there. So that could be a draw. So we could still be on -2 there. And then you've got Spurs at home.
Look at our record in London. Look at our record in London.
And then Spurs at home. So I just think, bro, like, man's going to be on -2, -1 goal difference till about October, fam. No wonder. And then we got Villa away. Like, this is long, fam. I can't see, honestly, winning by 2 goals. Like, we're not going to see a game where it's a 2-goal swing in our favor for a long time, man. And that's the worry.
So I'm even scared about Barnsley. I'm scared about Barnsley.
Bro, I ain't there, mate. I got a ticket for that, but if anyone wants a ticket, mate, you can have that, mate. I ain't there for that, mate. I'm not wasting my time going to Old Trafford. Shout out to Andy, man. They moved Andy, by the way. Bless him. They moved him Stretford tier up the top. I said, yo.
Andy
in the clouds. You know, I think Barnsley might have got a lot of fans coming. I think that's why, man. Bless him, bro. But yeah, I'm not there, mate. I'm not there about that, mate.
I might take my friend's kid to OT, man.
Yeah. Take him.
Might be on uncle duties that night.
Yeah, mate. But it's true. But ain't that embarrassing though? Tom and Nurdin. The fact that now we're struggling to win by a 2-goal margin. It's always and when it's always a 1-game margin, why do you think there's been 9 winners for the other team? Why do you think? Everything always makes. He's had 9 winners conceded, this manager, since 2022. Because you know why? It's always been a 1-goal margin.
That's it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Listen, in London, the only team I remember the season before was that we beat Fulham out of the light. I think the only London team that we beat.
Yeah.
Chelsea beat us last season.
Fulham, but we won 1-0 though, man. That was a scraping win.
Yeah, and that was a last-minute Bruno special, wasn't it?
Bruno,
Yeah. Brentford beat us, Palace beat us, Arsenal beat us, Chelsea beat us.
Yeah. The only game we know,
Fulham. Madness.
Was it anyone else? It's Luton. Is Luton cast as London though? Is it like maybe?
Yeah,
Luton?
I mean we beat them. We beat Luton, but that was a lucky game, bro.
That was another one.
Absolutely. I'll never forget that game. Never forget that. I think it's that game where Luke Shaw's like, I don't fancy this. You know what I mean?
He got off half time, and then Casemiro could have had a red card as well that game.
Yeah,
he got lucky. He got lucky, Casemiro.
Boy, oh boy. But definitely, I think there is something to be said in terms of the way the way that the players are feeling the pressure already. Erikson, I think Lisandro Martinez, because he's been missing that part of the last season, just to move on from him now. But I think it's the pressure as well. And I think the pressure is only going to intensify more and more on him. So I'm just hoping that Lenny Yoro, I don't want him rushed back, but I just hope he's on his way. And but it's very interesting. But we'll go to the next topic. Big up to everybody. And the next topic is Saeed and Tom. And I'll go to Tom first. Tom, by the statements that came out on Monday, it's strategically. People don't know this, Saeed. If you understand media and media framing, you will understand this. Those comments didn't come out after the game. They came out on Monday, where all of a sudden they're backing him. It's Ashworth, Omar Barada, mainly Omar Barada talking. And it's like they knew he was getting a hammering at this Liverpool game.
Yeah. No. I'm glad. Oh, man. I'm glad
the way they came out and the statements that they made are crazy, Tom. What's going on, Tom? They already knew he was going to get slapped, so they already give him the vote of confidence before the game. I've never seen that in my life. Never seen that. Ineos are moving. I go to you, Said. I think Tom will be back.
Go for it. Yeah.
Listen, honestly, it was mad statement, bro. I'll have to share it in a minute. But what
they're good talkers. They're good talkers. These guys are good talkers, man. They come out. I don't know. They do this now. I think Jim Ratcliffe started this, where they talk to the media. They have conversations in the media. Remember when Tim Ratcliffe came to the club and he basically, was becoming the 25% stakeholder. He had had a big chat with them. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. So
yeah, man. For me, when I look at the quotes, they're just standard quotes, though, Nuruddin. Nothing that's out of the ordinary. Ashworth is quite well spoken. He seems like the one that's basically the talker of the group. You got Omar Barada there as well. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? So yeah, man, listen, they talk the talk, but at the end of the day, they've got to say this. This is not anything different. They can't come out and basically say, he's got a lot to do, and they're just going to say they back him. You know what I mean?
But this was the most interesting quote, though, Saeed, was this, where they literally say here, they're saying, Omar Barada on Ten Hag's contract extension. In terms of the contract, that was the decision that was taken prior to both and Ashworth arrivals. But I said before, we're very happy with that decision.
Yeah.
Do you think they can low-key distance themselves from him?
Yeah, of course, man. You know what I'm saying to you? Because I think it was more Jim Ratcliffe and obviously Brailsford, and they got Ineos and whatnot. They're the main kind of figureheads that were there. And obviously maybe Claude Blanc, is he called? The CEO?
Blanc,
yeah. So you got all of them guys in there. So yeah, man, I think for me, they weren't really involved. But at the same time, like I said to you, it's only a 1-year deal, man. Do you know what I mean? It's not as if sometimes you don't have to say a lot to say a lot. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? You don't have to, they gave him a 1-year deal. That's all we need to know, that they didn't fully back him. Because the question, if I'm a journalist, I'm asking, so why did you give 1 year contract extension?
Right. Nobody asked that question, you know.
Nobody. Why didn't you give a 4 year contract extension?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But I would have asked. Yeah.
Why don't you give him a 3 year new 3 year contract?
3 year contract, give him that. If you really backed him.
It's in the past. We're gonna back him for 3 years. We're with him for 3 years. I'm glad they didn't do that. I'm glad they didn't do that.
Of course. Oh, yeah. I was going to say, man. My energy would be different. I can't lie to you. My energy, you know what I mean, would have been different. But like I said, it helped both parties. And Ineos, in that way, I do think they bottled it in a sense. Like, you always think that I'm quite, too positive over Ineos. I do think they've bottled it in that they've tried to please everyone. They pleased the Ten Hag outers. And they pleased the Ten Hag inners. They said, yo, the Ten Hag inners, he's staying, but he's only getting 1 year deal. The Ten Hag outers, they said, yo, he's staying, but maybe not for too long. He's only here for 1 more year extra. So, they've kind of basically said, yo, he's here till the World Cup, innit? You know what I mean? The World Cup. And then he's going to be. But then again, next summer, 1 year, the headlines will be 1 year left for Erik Ten Hag. Is he staying?
But our players going to listen to him. Our players
That's what I'm saying. I know.
You know what happened in 99? Fergie was going to leave, Saeed, yeah? I don't remember 99 Fergie, you were a kid. But Fergie was going to leave. 2002
or 99?
Yeah, 2002 Fergie was going to leave, yeah?
Yeah, and, big up, man. Big up.
And basically Fergie, then Dwight York and these people started taking the piss. Everybody started down tooling because we just won the treble. Oh. And then Fergie had to come out and go, I'm not leaving. I'm not going now. They lined up Sven-Göran Eriksson.
I remember Sven-Göran Eriksson. Yeah.
May he rest eternally in peace, man. Big up, Jarvis.
Big up.
And we talked a bit about Licha. By the way, there's nearly 500 of you here.
Come on, man.
So we haven't even got 300 likes. There's 500 here and we haven't got 300
That's crazy. Likes. Come on, guys, man. Like the video. Have you put a poll already? Have you got the poll? Have you got the poll?
Yeah, I got the poll up. Yeah. I got the poll up. 80-something%. Oh, 77 have liked the video out of everybody watching, and that's poor. We're not even 90 or 85 people. 85% of people have liked the video.
Come on, people. Big up, man.
Yeah, honestly, Java should have been on a man then because the level of defense he was doing on this channel last night, the tactical review me and Jarvis did last night.
I watched it.
The amount of things he was coming out.
No, but the thing is with Jarvis, what I like about him. No, but at least Jarvis is coming from a point of he's tactically coming. It's not a lot of hopium. Jarvis is pointing it out. He's explained why he's, etc. So it's different. It's different. You can tactically come to me with your plan rather than hopium. Then it's different story.
Yeah, it's about discussing the ideas, not the persons. And for me, I think I'm always trying to be on point when it comes to what can Ten Hag do differently and what is he doing wrong. So for me, I'm always trying to figure out what will be the next step. And for me now, we are at rock bottom because we lost against Liverpool. But it's not that hard. We can fix this easily if Ten Hag wants to. We just need to be more compact. We need to go back to basic. We have to play with a focal point up top.
You know what they say, Jarvis? Yeah, easier said than done. That's what
it's true. It's true, but it's not that hard. If Ten Hag wants to, we can easily go back to the 4-2-3-1 formation. Play more solid with two sitting DMs. It shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, big old Lamin C. Lamin C, if you bought Saliba and that Gabaldaho, they would struggle. They would get exposed in this Manchester United system, fella. Don't tell me about Lisandro. Any player from any other teams will be absolutely getting exposed on this open spaces FC. Lisandro Martinez is asked to defend between 2 players or 3 players running at him. Not just one player, while our fullbacks and midfield are up the pitch. It ain't easy defending at Manchester United, mate. It's not easy. We can blame him for, the positionally he was out of place for the goal that Diaz scored. At the end of the day, he should have had one more look. Should have focused on the player more than getting attracted to the ball. But in terms of the copium of Ineos. But Ineos, in terms of, for me, the decision to keep Ten Hag is on them. I'm not even mad at Ten Hag anymore because Ineos had the opportunity to change it. They didn't. They didn't want to change it. And majority of people got their wishes. me and Jarvis, Bumbaye, Sean, they all argued against me last season, saying, Nuruddin, he has to get that third season. We have to see if he's the real deal. And so far, boy, oh boy. he's looking like a ghost right now, Ten Hag. That's why he can only say, you can say trophies. I've won more trophies after Man City. That's all he can hold on to. But
bro, did you watch his the Ian Ladyman? He's a journalist that asked him questions. And I was watching the interview, and he was like, some of these journalists are quite like, it gets a bit too boring in there sometimes. And it's always the same questions. So he goes, I wanted to just, ask something different and press him. So I thought, let me just ask him again, go in more deeper. Because he does though, Ten Hag though. And this is something that I think journalists in this country, it is true though. Like, they don't really know their football. You know what I mean? Like, they pretend to talk about it, but they don't really know their football. And it was refreshing to see Ian Ladyman say, you know what? Like, I'm gonna say what you're doing wrong. And he listed it. And then maybe Ten Hag was taken back too much. He was like, yo, you think, huh? You know when he does that? You think, huh? Bro, he just told you. Like, you know what? It's insulting, bro. Like, and that's why for me, I wish, there was like journalists that knew their football rather than looking for clickbait headlines. I don't want the clickbait headlines.
But I want to see about Saeed.
I know. But the thing is, though, these journalists here, they would get better coverage if they asked him and exposed him and tried to get deeper questions rather than looking for, there was a headline about him and Arne Slot, and he's saying about, he's had a bigger job and whatnot, and apparently it was taken out of context. Bro, we don't want to be hearing about that, man. I want to be hearing what's man's style of play. And they talk about it in other countries, man. In the Italian league, Spanish league, and in England, it's like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing, fam? Like, so that's just kind of like what it was, basically.
It's crazy, but to be fair, the only other journalist in the country that actually goes into depth with this question tactically is Karl Anka. Karl
Anka is good. Yeah. I like him.
Yeah, he goes into a bit more depth and like says to Ten Hag, positionally, what do you think? How can this player improve that way, this way? But big up, people. Listen, there's over 500 of you in here, and we're not even 300 likes.
Come on, people.
Let me just get the super chat. Big up. Scholes out here. Scholes, you need to chill out, pal. You've had your treats. You've been out. You've had your ding-dings. Calm down, lad. Calm it down. He's like, he wants to go out again and be a night all out. Big up Situ said, come on, people. Hit the like and subscribe. Where are you going to find the content more honest and respectful than this? Listen, big up, bro. Real, recognize real, innit? Make sure you go and check out check out Jarvis on Monday nights at 9 o'clock. Jarvis Corner, MUFC Realist TV. Make sure you check out Saeed and the Man Dem Talk and Straight Jacket Podcast. By the way, we are only 3 away, I think, from the Straight Jacket Podcast. Listen, big up to Mathieu, if I've got your name right. Welcome home, lad. Mathieu, if you know what I mean. Mathieu's been in the big house. You know what I mean? He's been like, I've been out. So big up to Mathieu. Mathieu says, big up to Saeed, everyone in the chat. I've been away for a while. Just got out earlier today, if you know what I mean. We know what you mean, bro. So welcome home. Let's hope that you stay away from that big house.
Big up, man. Stay away from there.
and enjoy the freedom, man, of being out and about. But big up, always appreciate people. You couldn't even watch us inside. No, they haven't got the YouTube Prime yet.
Bro, them man have YouTube. I have a lot of people who watch it from there.
Inside, who
are inside. Yeah.
I always say free the man them, man. Free the people, free the man them. Free everybody, man. But I don't believe in Babylon. I don't believe in this Babylon prison system, man. I'm an abolitionist. Those of you need to go and look at what abolitionists mean. And we got a Norwegian actually here. They don't believe in locking people up to punish them. They believe when somebody commits a crime in Norway, that it's a society contributed to this, and that person needs to be rehabilitated. So that's the difference.
It's a wording as well. It more should be concentrated on rehabilitation rather than
of course.
Yeah.
Than doing what they're doing and try to punish people. And actually dealing with the causes why people go to prison. Dealing with what causes people, other than dealing with people in there, they actually make money of them. We've got private prisons in this country.
Yeah, cool.
You know what I mean? So it is what it is. And by the way, the UK has the biggest prison population in Europe. Let that sink in.
There's a reason. There's a reason, man. There's a reason.
There's a reason. And you know the faces that are in there. Yeah, people. If you know, you know. But listen, going back to Manchester United, in the biggest fact of this, Jarvis, I wanted to ask you, like, looking back at what Ineos have found themselves in a tricky position.
Yeah.
Like Saeed said, they tried to appease the people who wanted Ten Hag gone, and they tried to appease the people who wanted Ten Hag because they didn't back him. They gave him a 1-year contract extension. So now, where are they? Hypothetically, let's say Christmas, the games are a mess. Where do you think? Do you think they're going to pull the trigger? And do you believe Ruud is the guy they're going to hand it off to till they find a manager? Do you believe, like I believe, that Ruud is a backdoor guy?
I don't know when it comes to Ruud. We don't even know if it was Ineos or Ten Hag who chose Ruud van Nistelrooy as his assistant. But what we do know is, I think Sir
We do
Jim
know that
Ratcliffe,
he chose the other guy because that's one of his best friends in football. You know the other guy.
Yeah.
René Hack, yeah.
Yeah, René Hack,
Yeah. So I don't know, but when it comes to Ineos, I think we have one guy who wants success, and that's Jim Ratcliffe. We saw it when we lost against Liverpool. We all saw the picture with his face. He was devastated when Liverpool scored 3-0. And but I'm not sure about the rest of the guys, Berada, Ashworth, all of them. Are they yes men to Ten Hag, or are they actually telling him the truth, what needs to be done? Because I don't know. We all know that Ten Hag is stubborn, but someone needs to tell him he needs to change it up because we need to win. That's the most important thing. It's not about style and tactics. It's about winning games first of all. So for me, I think Ten Hag or the Ineos staff will feel Sir Jim Ratcliffe's wrath if they don't tell Ten Hag the truth, and I think he will gladly sack Ten Hag if he needs to, because he needs to win. So it's more of a me for Jim Ratcliffe. I think he will do whatever he can just to make this team win.
Yeah, big up, Tom. Tom, there's a lot of if you listen to the statements that came out on Monday, if I'm not mistaken, they came out on Monday, didn't they? The Ineos, that the interviews that they gave prior to the game, what was very interesting, I thought, strategically very interesting. They said that's the transfer window done, but all of a sudden now that we have the Turkish window open and Saudi is open, now the Turkish clubs are using Manchester United players to gas up their fans.
Bro, I seen it.
They do what United usually do to our fan base. Fenerbahce are doing that. 1 minute is Erikson, 1 minute is Anthony, 1 minute is Casemiro.
But you know that Galatasaray fan that we spoke to, Nuruddin, on your channel, remember him? He was like, we don't want any players from United. They don't want them. They were like, Anthony, no, we don't want it. So I don't know, man. It's one of them, man, right now.
Yeah,
that's when you know things are going. You know what I mean?
But it's really interesting. The players who are available, still there are a lot of players, a lot of quality actually.
Yeah,
but
of course.
People are now thinking that they're gonna go and get, they're gonna go and get your boy Rabiot, and I'm like, we haven't got the wages, we haven't got the money to spend it on him. But Tom, in terms of Ineos so far, what do you think they're thinking in terms of the decision they made in the summer?
If I'm being impartial, I'm putting opinions aside, I think they went into that. I think that the plan was I don't think a lot of them believed that they was going to win the FA Cup. I think what they wanted was, let's just not be embarrassed and let's put on a decent game. That's what I think. I think the way that they judged Ten Hag was based upon the league. The Glazer family have always judged managers based upon where they finish in the league table, not what they win. We know that from Louis van Gaal. The same, I think, credited towards Ten Hag. I believe personally they looked at all of the managerial targets that they were, and look, I think out of all of them, I think there was probably only 2 of them that made sense, and you could see where they would maybe fit in. Tuchel fitted into it because he was out of a job. He was available, so you didn't have to pay any money to go and get him. And also, Manchester, it's not the first time Manchester United have been linked with him before. They was linked with him when they were going to get rid of Ole before he went to Chelsea. The same thing you can say for De Zerbi. When he went at the first when they went through the first season with Ten Hag, as soon as it started getting a bit rocky at the start of the second season, De Zerbi was through the door. He'd had his system there for a season, and the murmurs were starting to come out. Those are the 2 credible ones. They even flew Tuchel out to Monaco, him and his agent, met the guy. Clearly something didn't bounce up. And that was the guy who I believe personally Ineos wanted out of all of these targets. I can't tell you why. I don't know why. But from what I've seen from the context of it, that would point to who they wanted out of all of the managers that they looked at. They didn't get him. They then panicked and flew people out to Ibiza, interrupted Erik ten Hag's holiday and said, we want you to stay. We'll extend your contract by 12 months and we'll pay you a little bit more to stay. If that's the case, they've then got to the position where they are now, where they've effectively gave him 12 extra months, but all they've done is trigger something. They've not like given him a fresh contract and said, there's 3 years. That's how long we're willing to give you. They basically said, here's 12 months. That's what we're prepared to give you, inevitably. When I look at that, and I understand where you're coming from, Dino, where you said about with the Rude and destroy thing, and you think he's like the insurance policy. I can understand that argument, but personally, I don't think Ineos are going to look at it and do what the Glazer family have done for years, where when they sack a manager, they just bring in somebody as an interim basis, see out the season. If it gets to Christmas, there is enough time to still salvage this season, for me. If you get the right manager in who can implement something straight away, even if it's not their ideal plan, guys, implement something in where we're not going to be open and expansive. If you bring in a manager like Tuchel, guys, the first thing that he's going to do is solve that midfield. Because he will understand that as a tactician of football, where the issues are. And it's not just Tuchel. Other managers will come in, guys, and that will be their first priority. How do I solve this midfield? And the only thing I'm going to say is, whoever comes in the door after Erik ten Hag is still going to have to use this same crop of players right now. And we're seeing that Ten Hag's not getting a brilliant tune out of these players. So could we argue that a new manager coming in with maybe fresh ideas or a fresh outlook on how he sees football should be played is not going to get the better out of this crop of players that we have right now? Because from what I can say, guys,
100%.
There's a few shit players in this squad, but I think there's a lot more better players in this squad than what they're showing right now. Martinez, we can say Martinez. We can say everybody looks shit. This is what I'm saying, Dino. The system of it, and this the reason why I'm saying this, right, is if Ineos went out there and they went for a left field name, for example. Listen, Tuchel doesn't get a lot of people hyped up or anything, but the difference is he's a tactician. And where things go wrong in his team, he adapts to it. He did that at Chelsea. That's why he won a Champions League with them.
But Tom, he's another cup merchant. Tom, he's another cup merchant.
I understand that. Dino, I'm not saying that he's my choice.
Thomas Tuchel, listen. And Thomas Tuchel kicks off more. He wants to be a manager, not a coach. Ineos model is the first team coach. They don't want a manager. But when you look at Dino, when we look at Ten Hag, though, right? When a man, right, you're at the biggest club in the world. He's clearly a man of integrity, or he claims to be with this. With this authoritarian style and everything, right? He got bullied by this football club because they went around promoting his job and advertising it to any Tom, Dick, or Harry that wanted it. And as soon as they couldn't get anybody, they went scurrying back to him. If he's a man of integrity, guys, why did you sign on Ten Hag? You should have left this football club. And you know something, right? He would have left with a lot of following. Because at the end of the day, when you look at football, how can you say that Ten Hag was treated fairly by this club? They promoted your job, Eric, on the open market, mate.
Yeah,
and it's not as if they was going for the Pep Guardiolas of this world. They're going with managers who are on a similar par level to him. And the difference is, Southgate, look, that's even a step below. But when we're basing it off of targets, guys, Ten Hag agreed to this. He said, no, I will stay on. The only difference is, if it goes tits up now, yeah, Ruud might be this insurance policy for us all, guys. The only thing I'm saying is, if Ineos do pull the trigger this season on him at some point, I don't just want this interim solution till the end of the season. I want a manager to go here and now. So if you're going to pull the trigger on the guy, I already want the guy who you want lined up and in the straitjacket and put him in the press conference. That's what I want from my football club. Because if you want to move proactively and say things have changed,
prepared. Yeah, you have to be prepared.
Just be prepared. Brighton are the biggest club of this, guy. They prepare if their managers are a success and move on, or are a failure and they don't make it. They plan.
They're better organised. Look at Villa.
They're the better organised club. I'm saying. Right, the same thing with Liverpool, right? This myth that Liverpool needed 6 months to replace Klopp. They ended up with a guy who was third choice on their list. They wanted Xabi Alonso. They didn't get him. The same point now that we can sit here, guys, and say with Ten Hag, was he probably out of... If he wasn't Manchester United manager for 2 seasons, would he probably have been a candidate on that list for this job? He probably would have been. You don't think he would have been, Dino?
No, he might have been. But now that
I don't think he's the guy that they would have gone for, just based off of clearly what they want. But the thing is, Jason Wilcox slipped the bullet when he said that this club wants to play a certain way and we're going to have a modern style. That everybody, when people say the name Manchester United, they're going to say a style of play. Like when you look at Barcelona, people say tiki-taka. When you look at Ajax, you say possession-based football. When you look at Manchester United, we're going to have one of those style of play names, apparently. But from what I can see, guys, we can't say Erik ten Hag has a clear and defined style because he's played one way at Ajax and a completely different way at this football club.
Facts.
The only thing that I'm saying with it is, guys, there's not a permanent solution within this club. And what Rance has just said there, like, don't see Ruud as the permanent. He's not. No. He is not. There's no permanent solutions in this club. But the thing that I'm saying is, I want a permanent solution if you are going to get rid of this guy now. Because there's still long enough to save this season.
I agree. I agree.
With a new manager. And it doesn't have to be a popular name.
Yep.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, Tom. I'm going to go to Ta'id and then Jarvis, and then we're going to end it. But I think Rance is onto something here. I reckon he gets potted in October.
Yeah.
Interim to Lexbis before the new manager comes in.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah, I don't see Ruud as a permanent manager.
Yeah, and can we say that to the fan base? Because the fan base, I just know these top reds, man. You know what I mean?
Ruud is at the wheel.
Man.
Good. Does it feel?
Because you know what it is, though, Nordin? It's the fact that we then go to that cycle of sentiment. And I don't want to go there what I did with Ollie. Interim, cool, get us out of the rot, give us a bit of, good feeling again, January, and then stop. I think every fan has not to get involved in this Ruud business because there's a lot to do. And I don't want it to be that I'm hating on Ruud van Nistelrooy. No. Because the way I hated on Ollie, it wasn't healthy, guys. It wasn't good.
Listen, Ruud's not an amateur coach, though.
No, he's not. He's not.
What people are propping up.
Man United can make you look amateur.
Of course they can.
Man United, the pressure,
they drag coaches down. Yeah,
bro, this whole club, the way it is, man, the last 10 years, it can make you look bad, man. And Ruud, I see the way. Did you see where he was with Xerxes when he came off the bench? Xerxes, he went on him and he
tapped the shoulders,
and he went, "Yo, man, that's Ruud, man. We don't need to see no Ruud at the wheel and all that, man, because it can get ugly, man. And there's a lot to do, man. And it needs a guy. We were talking about before about Tuchel, and he might not be everyone's cup of tea, but he's gonna get us structured and he's gonna sort out us not leaking in goals.
You're not having, gaping holes in midfield. That's what I want from a new manager.
So
identify
that's where
the problems and do something about it.
Yeah, because we don't want to be Vibes FC, man. I'll be honest with you, like Vibes FC can only take you so long, man.
I'll ask you the question: would you, if you get rid of Ten Hag, let's say October, Christmas, would you take Ruud till the rest of the season?
No.
No, for me, there's enough for the
Salvage.
season, man. There's enough to salvage, man. For me, when you get interim, man, you've almost given up the season, man. Let's be honest, man. Because then,
but it's also who's available. To be fair, majority of managers are in clubs, so you're gonna have to pay big money. And I think they didn't want to pay big money for a lot of people.
Well, there you go. Well, now they have to go to a manager like Tuchel and say, "Yo, listen, we're gonna pay you this amount." And
out of work managers, guys.
Okay, Saeed, would you take Unai
Emery? Of course.
Yeah.
Would you, Jarvis?
But the thing is, Unai Emery.
Yeah.
The thing is with Unai Emery, though, I just don't think he's with Aston Villa, bro. And right now, if I'm being honest with you, Aston Villa are on a good way right now. So I don't see him leaving.
I'm sorry.
No, I don't think he leaves. I don't think he leaves.
Keep knocking.
No, he didn't leave. He didn't leave Villarreal to go to Newcastle, which were looking like they had money and etc. etc. I don't think he leaves. Unai Emery
I'm going to say something. I'll say something.
So you're saying he's a man of integrity, then? Yeah.
He stays. He stayed at Villarreal. You know, and Newcastle at the time gave him a shed load of money. They were like, "Yo, come and become our manager." He said, "No." I think for me, Villa, what he's doing over there,
it's the project,
and he just signed a new deal. He just signed a new deal as well.
But do you really see Bruno and Rashford in a high press on the
No, but he looks,
high
exactly.
Press, high line. It won't
Obviously,
work. Same shit, different wrapping. You know, it's not.
Guys, I'll say something a bit controversial.
I wouldn't want Unai Emery. You know that, don't you? One minute, Tom. I would want Unai Emery. I genuinely do think his football is predictable aspects of it, and 100%.
Yeah, I get it.
Like Jarvis says, the players that we have at this moment currently will not fit into his system.
It's built for the level that he's at right now. That's what I would
we don't have the quick players to recover from that high line that he does. But then, to be fair, the system we have is as well. So I don't know, but you know what I want? I just want a coach. I don't want a manager. Ineos are doing the managing. I want a coach that focuses on purely training ground stuff and then implements it in games. So something I can see after 3 months. But go ahead, Jarvis. Like, in terms of what type of you like Mitchell, don't you?
Yeah. The guy from Girona, I think I like him. But the thing is, I think the one big major issue with Ten Hag is he needs rigid control over his systems and tactics. And his principles, they often restrict the player's natural instincts in many situations.
Correct.
And Ten Hag, for him to succeed, he needs to simplify his approach and allow players to express freedom. You know, I know it's all he did the same, but it's not just happy-go-lucky. It's about giving them a little bit more of a pass, throw them a bone, let them be a little bit more creative, feel comfortable in their movement, and do what they can do, because we know they are ballers. And another thing with Ten Hag, is that I don't think it's a good personality around the locker room, because one thing is coaching Ajax. That's what's it called? The homogenous team. They are built from the academy, and everything is surrounded their style. So it's easy to get all of them on board on one tactic. But United, we have big stars, big egos. It's a mess. So I think Ten Hag has a lot of problems, and it's not about his tactics. It's about his personality, about how he addresses the players and the team. So I think he needs just to loosen a little bit up for me, I think, and then maybe Ten Hag will succeed. But if not, we will get another one.
Yeah, 100%. Big up. Emery's a cup manager, works under underdogs. Yeah, 100%.
Dino, let me put a question to you then. If you don't believe in this rude interim thing, and you had to pick somebody out of anywhere in football right now, who do you pick to bring mid-season then? Out of the pool of managers, give us a name.
It's a nearly 2-hour flight from Marseille, my friend. South of France.
Nah, he's never leaving. Never leaving.
He's never leaving.
I don't care.
Never leaving.
I don't care. You ask me anybody.
Yeah. To be fair,
but reasonable. Be reasonable though.
No. I'm being reasonable.
That is not reasonable. He's not leaving.
I'm sorry. I don't care. That's what I'm telling you. I'm
saying realistically, who's available? I'd say maybe you have more options in Amarin.
No, for me, listen. If De
Zerbi's
Zerbi's not available in January, I would wait till the summer, and I'll keep rooting it. That's me personally. I would.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
That's fair. Yeah,
But then you're giving away the season, then really.
No, but listen, no, sorry. Ineos gave away the fucking season. I didn't. Ineos did.
No, but they sacked the manager. You won out.
Majority of the fans were like, you can't keep a manager of one game. Majority of the fan base.
But I'm saying it's very harsh to put expectations on Ruud van Nistelrooy.
And the only other guy, and the only other guy, I don't know how many years he's been there, but I like Inzaghi. I do.
No, for me,
I
spoke to Inter Milan fans outside the stadium. They were like, "No way, mate. No way. We're winning the Champions League this year. We're winning the Champions League. They're looking to win that Champions League this year, man."
No, but I understand that. But how many seasons been there? He might fancy a new challenge.
He just signed a new contract.
In the summer,
He just signed a new contract.
Right? Italian football managers and players sign contracts.
No.
Couple of 4 months later, they leave. Italy is one of the most craziest in terms of that. The contracts just mean a protection of the player or the manager. You pay the contract, they go. Trust me. I like Inzaghi. I do like Inzaghi.
These guys don't leave Italy, man. They don't leave Italy.
I think he's one of them. Yeah.
No. Listen, at the end of the day, you don't know that. If you got a good proposal and a plan, you could take it.
True. That's true.
You got more chances of Zidane coming to United than Simeone Inzaghi.
No. Zidane is never coming to United.
Would you take him, Zidane?
No. I would take De Zerbi first, then Zidane. So I want De Zerbi to lay down the foundation of modern football. Zidane to come to take us to the next level. 100%.
Claude Blanc, man. Claude Blanc. What do you have for us, man? Claude Blanc, come on. Zidane links, you know what I mean? He does. He has links to Zidane.
He's got that pull to UEFA now, mate. He's got
UEFA as well. We got a guy on the UEFA panel, man. That's what I'm saying, guys, man.
Listen, David Gill was doing that. David Gill did that when Fergie.
Yeah, but he's washed.
He's falling for the Ineos hype.
Yo, he don't have that, man. He don't have that aura, man.
And now we've got Don
Claude Blanc. You know the ones.
Close out the show.
Okay, I just want to throw out one name. Andoni Iraola, the guy who plays.
Good name.
I think he's a good manager. I like his tactics. I like how he attacks games. I like his mid block. He plays with control, and he likes attacking football. So it's the best of two worlds for me. So that's
Bournemouth, yes.
Yeah. I'll take him 100%. He actually played against us, Javas. I was in the stadium when he was in the team, that Bilbao team that taught us the best footballing lesson ever. Prime Bielsa. He was, I think he played the right back or left back in that game. And he was part of that team. God. I'll never forget that day. Never. Their fans, honestly, it's the only game I've ever been present at Old Trafford where a team taught us the lesson, and it was them. Honestly, it was them. But yeah, listen, big up people. Let's see how we got. Let me see if we got 400 likes. Let me just see. Let me see if we got 400 likes.
370.
Oh my God, people, we're 30 short of a record-breaking likes on a video for a live stream. 30 short. Come on, people. Come on. We can break a record tonight. Like Ten Hag's been breaking disastrous records for Manchester United for the past 3 years. By the way, Gavas, we don't win in London. You know that, don't you? We hardly ever win in London.
Yeah, I know.
His away record is abysmal. You know that, don't you? His away record is abysmal. That's when you know it's the system, Jarvis. It's the system. Because he can't have an away record as that bad for Manchester United team.
Well, it needs to be more pragmatic going away. That's the biggest problem. You know, we are too expensive. We open up, and that's a big problem. But it's not that hard to fix. So I think he can do it if he wants to. Stubborn.
But why is he not doing it? That's the question. Why? Why, when his job's nearly, when he's got all this pressure behind him, if he could do it, why is he persisting not to? I don't understand. It doesn't make much sense. When Pep sees something's gone wrong with his team or his game, the next game, you don't see that same problem, guys. We've seen this for like a full season now, a full year. Managers evolve and they adapt, and it's either you switch formation, maybe change the personnel of it. You just do something a bit different, Ten Hag. That's all we're asking, guys. Do you know something? I'll give him a bit of respect and I'll give him a bit of credit, guys. If he went for something Play a back 5, play a back 3. Do something different.
Listen,
Show us something.
Tom, 1 second there. Guys, breaking news. For the first time ever on a stream, we've gone over 400 likes. Big up.
Yeah, big up, man.
That's a massive milestone, people.
Big up to everyone, man.
Listen,
that's the community.
That's the community, man. Listen, big up to everybody. Big up to Rants as well, being in the chat.
Big up Rants always.
You know what? Big up everybody, man. And big up all the people who are regulars and the newcomers. You're welcome. Please subscribe as well. Consistently over 500 people have been watching the stream. So please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and we'll try to bring you maybe something. Maybe I might have tomorrow off unless there's breaking news. But Friday we might do a little bit of a quiz. We might invite Jarvis. We might invite Saeed. We might do a Man United quiz since it's the bigger thing. But Saeed might be going away anyway. Saeed, have you decided?
Yeah, I'm actually going away. I'm going away. I'll let you know where I am when I'm in the airport.
Saeed's keeping it on the wraps, you know.
Yeah, when I'm in the airport, I'll show you. The vlogs will be there. So
big up, man. He's keeping it silent, man. Big up to the community as well, Saeed community. I'm looking to go away as well, fingers crossed, seriously. So I'm just waiting to hear from one thing, but I'm looking to at least get away for 10 days. So big up to everybody. You need to, man. United. Yeah. Big up to everybody. But love and like, Tom, Journalist 1. Make sure you find him on Twitter. You find him MUFC Realist TV. You find him on United Real. Jarvis Cocker, Bowley 77. You find him on Man UFC Realist TV, Jarvis Corner, 9 o'clock. Sometime. Saeed, one day where you don't have a big 6, we'll have to go on there and raid Jarvis. Jarvis is
definitely, man. Right. Big up Jarvis, man.
Yeah, big up Jarvis. Saeed TV people, the man them, the hottest podcast on YouTube right now. Man,
tomorrow, I'm gonna debate in only Ten Hag inners. So at maybe 7 o'clock tomorrow. Wow! I'm debating only Ten Hag inners.
Saeed against what? Saeed against the rest.
Against the rest. That's what we're doing tomorrow. So make sure you're there. You know, obviously I'm gonna leave the lines open for anyone else, but mainly Ten Hag inners, mate. So when they say, you know, I want these trolls to come on here. I want them to actually show their camera. We can have a debate about Ten Hag.
Yeah.
But they won't come. They won't come, will they?
Yeah. Nah, definitely people. But Saeed, listen. Enjoy the break, bro. I hope you go somewhere sunny where you can chillax and
Yeah.
And just nice
exactly.
Eat well.
Yeah.
But listen, it's going to be very interesting. But go and check it out. Mandem Talk. 5,000 watching live today. It was a record for that channel, I believe. Other than that, it wasn't breaking news. It was just a podcast. You know what I mean? For a podcast, it was incredible. So, right, Saeed's on the way to 200 grand, 200,000 people. 200,000. Okay, we're here to 20,000 people. Please subscribe to the channel. We'll try to bring the daily content as much as we can. And you know what? Win, lose, or draw, Palestine, freedom, free the people, stop the genocide. Sudan, Congo, Tigray, Ogaden, anywhere where people are oppressed. We always stand.
Grenfell as well. You know, the report came out today.
The report came out today about Grenfell, and it showed when it comes to black and brown and white working class people, the elites in the Kensington borough of around there in Kensington, one of the richest postcodes in the country, they did it on purpose. You heard it from my mouth. They did it on purpose because they wanted those people out of that building so they can build new apartments and set the rent 3,000 a month, 4,000 a month. That's what they wanted. What they did, that was a murder by the state and all the building companies. That's what that was. Don't get confused. It wasn't it was the politicians, the local council, the government, all involved, trying to get those people out. And the reason why they put the cladding on the outside people, so that they said it looked a bit rough and it brings down the prices in Kensington. Can you believe that shit?
Yeah.
It's the world we live in. When it comes to human beings, these people are psychopaths. Government don't care about you. The local government don't care about you. You have to fight for everything. Places like Norway, there's real accountability. Do you think Grenfell could have happened in Norway? no way people would have been kicking off. Here, they purposely, the building companies with the council doctored the fire, you know, the fire certificates. They literally doctored them. But rest in peace to all those people.
Yeah, all of those, man. All of those.
You've not died in vain. You've shown this country for what it is.
Yeah.
Love and light, people. Please look after each other. I'm going to see if I'll have a day off tomorrow, or we'll be back on Friday with a quiz. But love and light, people. Take care of each other. And love is the answer. But free Palestine, free the Congo, free Sudan, free the people, free the land, stop the genocide, end the occupation. And Ineos, I'm on to you. I'm not blaming them.
Ineos at the wheel.
And I'm on Saeed Watch with his Ineos propaganda. I'll be watching you, don't you worry.
Dodgy Dave and the quarter sexuals, mate.
Exactly, mate.
We'll never forget it.
The quarter sexuals, mate. Big up Khalees, big up Shakarian for all the quotes tonight. Love.
There you go.
Good night.